Hello, and welcome back to Patrick's Garage. Today I will just talk a little bit and then let you come along a little bit when I decided to modify the pipes a little bit on this one. It's an experiment, see if I can get the RPMs a little bit higher and to stretch out a little bit further on top. And then also make them, stretch out further on top will be kind of hard, but more power and then cut it on top. So the driver is feeling when the power band is over, time to shift. Me, driver. That's how I like them. I think I never told you about reed pedals when I was rambling around with those. How to cut them. There are guides or companies telling you to use a scissor. This is a pedal. It's very easy to cut them, but I wouldn't recommend it. Because from my experience, I have noticed that when cutting them, you're introducing small cracks into the resin binding material into the blades, and thereby they fray a lot easier. This one is done for. And after you cut them, I use a Dremel actually, or water cutting, but my water cut friend isn't always available, so I often Dremel them. Dremel is going so fast and grinding away material instead of when you're using a scissor you're pinching it and thereby it can crack. So after you cut them with a Dremel or whatever fast rotating disc you got, I often deburr the blades also with like 600 grit sandpaper all around the edges to get them smooth. To get rid of small of those maybe small fraying that has occurred. That will ensure to get the most life of the pedals as you can. And I will not show you how to do it because it's very easy. Make a template or use the old pedals or something, use it as a guide, and then it's very easy to cut. And in this case, with 4 pedals, I would just make 2 big ones and leave the middle, because then you got 2 less edges that would fray. And I thought I was talking. No, I don't thought I was talking. I thought I should talk a little bit about. I had this wheelie strategy built into my bike. I haven't got an ordinary ignition system for two-stroke. I'm using Max ECU. It's an aftermarket ECU for 4-stroke engines and 2-strokes, but mostly 2-strokes. It has very good adjustability to ignition and laying compensating tables to the ignition from whatever sensor you need to compensate from. And I installed a G-force sensor that senses up, downwards G-forces. And when I was doing the launches the other day, I posted that small 1-minute clip of, I actually went into the log and saw I had very good 0 to 100, 2.5, 2.6 seconds. Some bad one was 3 seconds, of course. But the best one in the ending was 2.52. But it's hard to see. The log isn't very precise. It's from the front wheel. As I should have more resolution, I think. So I will probably, with a new strategy I will use, I will probably set speed sensor on the rear wheel, because it's a bug. When the front wheel is rotating, it gets this signal, and when this is the bug. When the bike starting to wheelie, it also starts to contract, or what is it, draw ignition timing to get it down again. And I got a very good setting. It worked, because I could balance it on just this amount of front wheel above the tarmac. But what the bug is, that when I come up to a certain speed where this happens, and the engine starts continue to accelerate with the front wheel in the air, the front wheel isn't gaining any speed anymore. I was doing it to engine RPM, but I felt I hadn't really that control. I wanted to get a smooth curve from 0 up to whatever speed the engine isn't able to wheelie anymore. And I want to see the speed as a very smooth curve, not suddenly all 40 kilometers an hour for a while, and then it puts down the tire and it's 72 kilometers an hour, and then it's like 72 for a while, and then it's 91 miles an hour, not miles an hour, kilometers an hour, and further on. So it's quite hard to see the speed actually, but I got that a couple of hits that I saw. I could see from 0 and where I was at 100 kilometers an hour, but it was a jerky signal due to wheelies. So I will probably set a speed sensor on the back wheel, but in that case I will probably have to put some switch or something that disconnects that sensor if I want to do a burnout. However, I have built a new table. I can make a screenshot later, but it isn't important. Instead of engine RPM, I'll set it to 0 in speed up to 170 kilometers an hour. I can set from that 0 to 170, I can set a retard curve. Let's say it's very prone to wheelie at 35 kilometers an hour. At that kilometers an hour, I can retract some ignition and hold it, and then probably pull the ignition timing back a little bit further up, and then I can balance it that way. I hope it's working. And I can test both, no problem, just load another tune. It's very nice. I recommend it. Isn't that very expensive though, and you get to choose ignition coils from, you can use whatever you want actually from cars, and you can ignite very fat methanol, nitro, if you got nitro, whatever. That was the wheelie strategy. I have some paper as usual. And now I was into a little bit about modifying the pipe. And I'll bring you along so we can look what I'm doing a little bit. I have re-simulated the pipes a little bit and shortening the header 10 millimeters at the cylinder, shorten the belly 18 millimeters, and shorten the diverging cone, the lost cone. Let's see now. It was, I can't remember how much it was. It was down to 150 millimeters long. No, plus this. From, yes, 35 or 40 millimeters it was. So down from 225 down to 190. I need to check the simulation again. And I'll do a new cones, and then I need to redo the bracket and small things. It should be able in these pipes very easily. And I got some small clips out running in the wood with my husky. You can watch that also maybe. Otherwise I'll post that tomorrow a little bit, shortly. So I'll bring you along a little bit when I'm doing some manufacturing on the bench. So let's go from there. Sometimes you get lucky. I was out as I made a cut that is not perfectly straight. I could just, in this original direction didn't fit, and then I turned it half a turn and it fit perfect. So I can just weld it right here. Yeah, that's good. Now I need to turn up the amperage some and add some sloop up. I want that sloop up. Sloop down. Like that. And I need some more filler rod. The trick is to use filler rod from MIG welder. By that you get very thin one. The thicker filler rod you got, the longer time it takes to heat it up, and by that you blew a hole in the thin 0.7 millimeter sheet metal. Yeah. Need to tack it first. Attack, 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 attack. I'm feeling good about this. I'm feeling really good about this. Tacked. Now I need to start welding on the other side.
And then I need to shorten up this, put this spring bracket further down, because now there will be no tension on the spring. But if the first one, the bracket will be the last I'll do. I dipped onto the wolfram, but however now I'll bring you along. Need to lie down for this job. Should be going on. That's no problem. Maybe I need to. Good enough. Now I'll see where we end up with this one. Quite good right there. Actually, that was a fast use of one. Alright, mark it out. And then go in and weld it again. Need to clean it a little bit. Take it inside so my marking still left. Ooh, it's very much. That's good enough. That's good. And I need to modify this. I want 1 millimeter less stinger, but I'll do that. I'll test run and see if I got excessive pipe pressure or not. I can see that in max ECU what pipe pressure I'm running. I want it about 0.2. No, I should not. This would be a hard one. Take this pipe away. It's an old fork. Set the silencer in the vise. Where's the marking? There. Now I only need one hand. It's much more simple to work when not needing 4 hands. Now I can tack this up right here. It is a little bit of gaps right here, but as this is quite thick, it's no problem to fill it. We'll put the tack right here. Oh, we need ground also. It is grounding through the carbon, but very bad. So now will be good. Right there. How about now? How about now? I want to weld on the other side. Oh. Do not want that to break apart yet. diffusion well right there. And I need ground again. This is I will tack this and then take out off the other pipe and show you the difference. I'll run out to do a fast test fit. It became good. I'll show you guys the last thing I'll do today. And I'll bring you out in the sun. Here we can compare. The first one is unmodified, this is modified. I have cut 10 millimeters off right there, shortened the belly. Where the fuck focus? I shortened the belly 80 millimeter and I made another diverging cone that is steeper to get a tighter power band, less over rev. Yes, that was what I was supposed to show you today, guys. So I'll end up here. No, it's not that pretty. Oh, I'll keep on right here. I'll end up, maybe I'll take a ride on this one tomorrow again. Yes, I'm about to chase some different RPM band on this one. Well, see you later, guys. Bye.